have the ADS1, this board connected up to a PIC32 development platform with the expansion board. We have 4 different lines that we're monitoring on a digital oscilloscope you could think of. These are the communication related lines for SPI. So we're actually monitoring that on our computer. This is a Digilent software. So you can see here, right, the top is the slave select line. Sorry for the bad focus, but you can see it's going up and down. In the meantime, you see the clock turns on and off periodically, and the data also is changing. But you notice that the data and the clock are both kind of going up and down a little too fast. And you might think maybe that's because the oscilloscope's not sampling enough. However, when I actually come back to the breadboard over here and I disconnect, right now the board, the ADS1, is connected to the PIC32 development board, and also that's connected to the oscilloscope. When I disconnect the board, the ADS1 to be specific, so I remove that lead, when I come back to the screen over here, you can see that the clock is actually quite clean and is actually at about the period that the datasheet expects. So we're trying to figure out exactly why that is. And this is also the same for the data. If I'm going to unplug the data, actually that was not the one. Is this the data?
Yeah.
That's not the data?
No.
Oh yeah, that is the data, I just unplugged the wrong one. Right, even that, okay, so that also shows something. It shows the data, but it looks like a little sporadic, but that's because we're sending different data, and also could be an artifact of the oscilloscope. But anyway, so obviously something being connected to the board, it might have some different impedance properties that we didn't know about. That's making it hard to actually drive those lines. So that's what we're looking at here. And anyway, the thing that we wanted to actually check here is the DRDY pin, which will tell us when data is actually ready. So I actually have, using the same device over here, this device, we have a positive and negative lead actually connected to the DRDY, or the positive connected to the DRDY, and the negative connected to the ground on the board. And this is actually what we see. That scale is from 0 to 1 volt. So this looks like we're getting kind of a steady on voltage at about 0.1 volts. And we're not sure what that means, but it does not seem to be what we expected it to be at about, what, 1.8 volts? Or 3.3 volts, something steady at about that. So we're not sure what this means.